subscribe my channel for physics, G and NEAT.
ఎనర్జీ పవర్ నుంచి ముందుగా మనం ఏం నేర్చుకున్నాం అంటే వర్క్ డన్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ నేర్చుకున్నాం, 2 వీడియోస్ పట్టినాయి. అండ్ కన్జర్వేటివ్ అండ్ నాన్ కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఫోర్సెస్ నేర్చుకున్నాం, 1 వీడియో పట్టింది. అలాగే ఎనర్జీ కాన్సెప్ట్ పైన 1 వీడియో చేశాను. సో ఇది మనకి 6th వీడియో ఆన్ పవర్ కాన్సెప్ట్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ది పవర్. సో వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ ది IIT JEE అండ్ NEET. ఓకే, ఆల్ ద బెస్ట్. నేను మీకు వర్క్ ఎనర్జీ పవర్ నుంచి పవర్ యొక్క కాన్సెప్ట్ని ఇన్ ద ఫార్మేట్ ఆఫ్ IIT JEE అండ్ NEET ఫార్మేట్లో నేను తెలియజేశాను. ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ 90% ఆఫ్ ది కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఆర్ డన్ ఇన్ దిస్ టాపిక్. సో ఎవరైతే సీరియస్ లెర్నర్స్ ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళు కంపల్సరీగా ఈ వీడియోని స్కిప్ చేయకుండా చూడండి, డెఫినెట్గా మీకు యూజ్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, వీడియో చూసిన తర్వాత మీ యొక్క స్పందనని కింద కామెంట్ సెక్షన్లో తెలియచేయండి. ఇఫ్ యూ లైక్ ద వీడియో, సో ప్లీజ్ షేర్ యువర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ అండ్ subscribe our channel. Thank you. Already we completed that about the work done and in various concepts, and one more, that is energy, right? So these 2 concepts are learned with deeply. Now we have to start with the power. So power is nothing but the rate of change of work done. The rate of change of work done. Rate of change in work done, right? Power is rate of change in work done. It can defines as the time at which work is done. At which work is done. So this is the power. So here power is denoted by the letter P. It is equal to total work done by time. Total work done by time. Okay, so this can be written as W by T. So here this power is the instantaneous power. So here this P is the instantaneous. So P instantaneous, it is equal to work done by time. Okay, so this can be write that the dot product of the force and the velocity of the body. So force and velocity of the body, P instant, it is equal, we can write that dot product of force and velocity of the body. Okay, so then it can be write that FV cos theta, P instant. Okay, P instant is equal FV cos theta. How it is, we can see now. So P instant is equal, already we wrote that it is W by T. So then we can write that, so limit of delta T tends to 0, it is delta W by delta T, dW by dt, it is equal to dW by dt. So W, it is nothing but work done, that is nothing but F into ds. So here we can write that dW is equal to F into ds, F ds. Okay, so just simply you have to substitute P instant is equal to F into ds by dt, where dW is replacing by F into ds and dt, where ds by dt, it is nothing but velocity of the object. So that is F dot v. So hence we can write that P instant is equal to F dot v, it is equal to Fv cos theta, which we are mentioned in above. P instant is equal to Fv cos theta. Okay, where here v is the instantaneous velocity, So instantaneous velocity, it is meaning that motion in a plane. You are understanding very well. Let us see once. So here, if the work done is constant, W is constant, then you can say power is inversely proportional to the time. So this is most important point we have to remember. So that is, work done is constant. The constant work done has been done on the object, then the power should be inversely proportional to the time taken. Now let us see relation between average power and instantaneous power. Average power and instantaneous power. Right. Let a particle starts from rest, and a particle was start from rest and to the moving with constant acceleration. So let a particle, if a particle is here, it is at started from the rest position and it can be moving with the constant acceleration. There is no change in the acceleration, and gets the velocity v with the time t. Okay, so now the average power P average, it is equal to, we can write that W by T. W, it is equal, the body is in moving, then the work done should be in the form of kinetic energy, that is equal to half m v square by t. Okay, so this can be written as 1 by 2 mv into v by t. So v square should be divided into v into v. So here you have to remember where a is equal to acceleration is equal to v by t, rate of change of velocity, and right, so then uat should be written as a. Therefore you can write that 1 by 2 into m into v by t is nothing but a into v, where v. So here ma is equal to f is equal to ma. From f is equal to ma should be written as f. Therefore it is equal to f dot v by 2. So this is the average power. So average power, it is equal to fv by 2. So instantaneous power, it is equal to f dot v, fv, and average power, it is equal fv by 2. So these are very very important concepts in the power. Okay, so instantaneous power is equal to f dot v, average power is equal f dot v by 2. Therefore instant average power, it is equal to f dot v by 2, but instantaneous power, it is equal to f dot v. So therefore average power, it is equal to instantaneous power by 2, or it is equal to 1 by 2 into instantaneous power. So this is the relationship between the average power and to the instantaneous power of a body. Okay, so the relation between average power and instantaneous power, if you had the value of instantaneous power, so then p instant is equal 2 into p average. Okay, so this is the relation. So if any power should be, you can calculate another power. Okay, so this is the relation between average power and to the instantaneous power of a body. Now let us see dimensions and units of power. So power, it is equal to work done by time taken. So power, it is the scalar quantity. So work done is also a scalar quantity. So here, so work done is equal to f into s by t, you should write that the dimensions for the force, it is equal to m l t minus 2, and into displacement, it is the length, and the time, it is the t. So here ml2 t minus 3, ml2 t minus 3. So this is the dimension formula for the power, and SI unit of the power, it is equal to, so SI unit of the power, it is nothing but, where it is work done, it is equal to joule and second, joule by second, or joule per second, or it can be simply write that watt also, watts. Okay, in CGS units, in the CGS units, it is the, so erg per second, so erg per second. And practical unit of power, practical unit of power, practical unit is, it is nothing but horsepower. Practical unit is horsepower, so it can be shown in the HP. So 1 horsepower, HP means horsepower, 1 horsepower, it is equal to 746 of watts. So this is the practical unit of the power. Okay, if the work done is equal to 1 joule, and time, it is equal to 1 second, then the power should be 1 watt. So power is equal to work done by time, it is equal to 1 joule by, right, 1 second, then it is equal to 1 watt. Okay, so 1 watt of power is consumed, then the work done should be 1 joule, and in the time of 1 second. Okay, so this is the watt. So therefore 1 watt is equal to 1 joule by 1 second, or joule per second, which we had wrote in our first. The slope of the work done and the time should be given to us, the instantaneous power of a body. So then P, it is equal to dW by dt, it is equal, this is the P instant. Okay, it should be tan theta. So this is the slope of the graph between work done and to the time. So this is the slope, and this can be the theta value, right? So where dW by d theta, it is equal tan theta. So this is the slope of the WT graph, and it will be given to us the dW by dt, it is nothing but the instantaneous of power. So if there is given a time and work graph, then you have to find the instantaneous power. This is the graph between power and to the time. So here the area under the PT graph, power and time graph, is gives us the work done. So here power, it is equal to dW by dt, where dW should be written as, or it is equal W, it is equal written as integral dW, or W, it is equal integral of P dt. Okay, so here the area of the P and T, power and time graph, should be given to us the work done of the body. So here the slope of the work and time graph should be given to us power. The area of the power and time should be given to us work done. So these are the important graphs we have to remember. Now let us see efficiency of the crane or motor. So the ratio of output power and input power is called efficiency of the motor or crane, any machine. Efficiency of the motor or crane, the ratio of the output power and to the input power, P output by P input into 100, that is the efficiency.
Okay, therefore efficiency should be written as denoted by the letter neta, and it is equal output power by input power, output power by input power into 100, right? So then neta should be written as P output by O for output, P input into 100. So this is the efficiency of the motor or the crane. So here we can set that the efficiency neta can also be defined the ratio between useful work and to the total energy spent. Okay, so the neta can also be defined the ratio between useful work and to the total energy spent. The total input power Pi is equal to, from this you can write the total input power Pi, it is equal P output power by neta into 100. Okay, output power by neta into 100. So the output power should be written as, you can write, there is 100 by neta into the power, it is equal work done by time, that is equal work done should be in the whatever the mgh, or it is half mv square, that is t. So this is the input power. Okay, so the input power of the object, it is equal, the input power should be written as 100 by neta into P output power, it is equal to mgh by t. It is nothing but w by t. W, it is the form of the work done. So if the work done should be to lift up the some object into the some height, then the work done should be in the potential energy. If the work done should be to moving some particles, then the work done should be in the form of kinetic energy. For suppose the firing bullet came from the gun, then the work done should be in the form of kinetic energy. If some water should be lift up from the depth of the well, then the work done should be in the form of potential energy. Okay, so here this can be vary by the situation, right? The main important point you have to remember in case of average power and instantaneous power, if the body is maintaining constant acceleration, then the average power, it is equal to, wrote that 1 by 2 into instantaneous power. Okay, 1 by 2 into instantaneous power. If the body is maintaining constant acceleration, constant velocity, if the body is maintaining constant velocity, then constant velocity means there is no acceleration. The rate of change of velocity gives us the acceleration, but there is no change in the acceleration, but there is no change in the velocity, there is no acceleration. Okay, so dv by dt is equal to acceleration. If there is no change in the velocity, it means constant velocity, so a is equal to 0. Hence if the body should be maintaining constant velocity, then P instantaneous, it is equal to P average. This is very 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 important point you have to remember. In case of acceleration is constant means change in velocity is common. If the acceleration is constant, the average power, it is equal 1 by 2 of the instantaneous power. Okay, so this is the very very important point you have to remember. Now let us see applications of power in various concepts or various situations. If a machine gun fired n bullets, if a machine gun fires n bullets per second, such that mass of each bullet is m coming out with a velocity v, then the power of the machine gun, then the power of the machine gun, then the power of the machine gun, then the power of the machine gun is P. It is equal to work done by time here. So here the work done should be in the form of the kinetic energy, because of the bullet is coming out with the velocity of v, it can be in the motion. So there the work done should be in the form of kinetic energy. So here we should write that 1 by 2 mv square by t. So here the number of bullets are n number of bullets, so then n into 1 by 2 of mv square, 1 by 2 mv square by t. So here P average, it is equal to average power, it is equal to, you can write that 1 by 2 n m v square, 1 by 2 n m v square. This is the formula you have to find the power of a machine gun in this concept. Okay, the next one, a conveyor belt moves horizontally with a constant speed, moves horizontally with a constant speed v. Gravel is falling on it at a rate of dm by dt, then you should find the power. So here, so this is the rate of falling of the gravel on the conveyor belt, which is moving in the horizontally with a constant speed. So here the extra force will be acting on that, the extra force required to drive the belt. So here there is a belt, so which is moves horizontally with the constant speed, the conveyor belt. Okay, so the gravel is fall on the belt with the rate of dm by dt. So then the force will be acting on here, it will be needed to more force to moving on the horizontally, moving on the its surfaces. So it required more force whenever the gravel should be falling on that. So the extra force required, it is extra force required to the belt. So that is equal to F is equal to, you can write that F is equal to what is that? The force required to F is equal to, from MA we can write that dm into A, it is nothing but dv by dt. So then it can be dm by dt into v. So here the extra power required to drive the belt, so the extra power, so this is the extra force and extra power, it is equal to F, it is nothing but, here F is equal to, already we wrote that dm by dt into v, right? So here we can write that dm by dt into v square. Okay, so this is the power needed to drive the belt. So this is the extra power needed. So this is the extra force required. So whenever the conveyor belt is moving horizontally with the constant speed, then the gravel will falling on dm by dt rate So then the extra force is required. The extra force is required here, this much of force, and the extra power required here, this much of power. Okay. So the next one you have to see the pump. If a pump lifts water from depth h and delivers at a rate dm by dt with a velocity v, then the power is equal the power of the motor or crane. So it is equal to power, it is equal a work done by time. Here the work done should be here. If for example if there is a motor which is lift up the water inside of the well, right? So from the some depth, so it has the potential energy to make the lift up the surface of the earth. So then it has some kind of potential energy, and after it can be delivers with velocity v, then it has the kinetic energy. So potential energy and to the kinetic energy here required. The total work done should be in the form of potential energy and to the kinetic energy. So therefore mgh plus half mv square by t. So this can be written as m should be common, it is gh plus half v square by t. So this can be written as dm by dt of gh plus of v square or v square by 2. So this is the power required in this power required of the crane or the motor. Okay, so whatever the machine used here, either it is motor or it is the crane, so you have to use this concept. Let us see the next one. A car of mass m is moving on a horizontal road. With constant acceleration a. Constant acceleration a. If r is the resistance force, so resistance force means which is acts to decrease the motion of the body. Resistance force offered to its motion. Okay, offered to its motion. Then the instantaneous power should be, so here the velocity should be gets v. Okay, so for example, so here this is a car which is moving in a horizontal road, right? So here the resistance force will be acting in this direction, the force will be acting in this direction. So this is the motion of the body, acceleration, constant acceleration, and it gets the velocity v. Then what is the power required? The instantaneous power required. So already you know that the instantaneous power, it is equal P instant is equal F dot V. So F it is equal to here the net force. F it is equal to net force acting on here. So this is the horizontal road, net force. So net force it is equal to F is equal to MA, where you can write that F minus R it is equal to MA. F minus R it is equal to MA. Because of force and the steering force should be, the frictional force should be acts in opposite direction. Therefore F is equal to, you can write R plus MA. there we can write that P instant is equal to instantaneous power, it is equal R plus MA into V, R plus MA into V. So this is the instantaneous power required to the motor of the vehicle, okay, or crane of the vehicle. Let us see the next one. If a car moves on a rough horizontal road with a constant speed v, okay, then the instantaneous power required to the car engine, so that is equal, we can write that. So this is again a car which is moving in the horizontal rough surface. So this is the horizontal rough surface. So here there is frictional forces will be acting, so that frictional force it is equal to Fk, right? But because of it is moving, so here the force it is F, and there is the acceleration and it is the speed V. So Fk, so actually the P instantaneous power of the engine, it is equal to F into V. So here the F, it is the frictional force, that is Fk into V. So here there is the weight of the body should be acting in downwards, W, that is equal to mg, and the normal reaction it is equal to n. So therefore we can write that Fk it is equal to mu k into n, so that is equal to mu k into what is that, mg. N is equal to mg in this case, so Fk it is equal to mu k into mg. So you can write that P instantaneous, it is equal to instantaneous power required to the engine of a car, it is equal to mu k mg into V, mu k mg into V. For suppose if it is a mu s and mu s mg into V, okay. So these are the various concepts to describe about the power of a crane or the engine of a motors. So you have to follow this and make numericals, then you will get definitely idea, and these are very useful to your homework. The next concept you have to see, a body of mass m, initially at rest by the applying of constant force. So here you have to remember constant force, it is nothing but constant acceleration also, because of F is equal to ma. By the constant force, its velocity changes to v naught in time of t naught, okay. So then what is the instantaneous power, and find average power also, okay. So how we can find in this case, let us see. From laws of equation of motion, V is equal to U plus AT, where here initially the body, it is the mass m, it is initially at rest. At rest means initial velocity is equal to 0, then V is equal to AT, since here you have to write U is equal to 0, therefore we can write that the velocity should be changes to V naught to T naught. So it is equal to V naught is equal to A into T naught. So A it is equal to V naught by T naught. So generally we can write A is equal to V by T. So here from the data we can write V naught by T naught. Okay. So therefore instantaneous power P instantaneous, it is equal to F dot V, it is equal to, we can write that F is equal to MA and V it is equal to, what is that, AT. It is equal to MA square T. So A is nothing but we can write V naught by T naught. So here P instant is equal to instantaneous power, it is equal to M into V naught by T naught whole square into T. Okay, so this is the instantaneous power where the body is at rest and it can be applying by the constant force. It is nothing but constant acceleration. Okay, so the velocity should be changed from V naught to with the time of T naught. So then the instantaneous power, it is equal M into V naught by T naught whole square into T. Okay, so here we need to find the average power also, because of constant acceleration will be acting here. So P average, it is equal to, already you know that 1 by 2 of P instant. So this is for only acceleration is constant, A is constant. If velocity is constant, then you can write P instant is equal to P average. Okay, so this is the point you have to remember here. So here the acceleration is constant, that's why you have to write P average is equal to 1 by 2 of P instant. Therefore average power, it is equal to, you can write 1 by 2 into this one, M V naught by T naught whole square into T. So this is the average power required to the engine of a car. Okay, so these are the power concepts in various situations we have to practice. Now let us see some numericals about on this all the concepts. Let us watch. Here an elevator can carry a maximum load of 800 kg, is moving up with a constant speed of 2 meters per second. The frictional force opposing the motion is 4000 Newton. Determine the minimum power delivered by the motor to elevator in watts as well in the horsepower. So here elevator can carry the maximum load, it is 800 kg. Okay, so here the 800 kg, it is nothing but mass of the elevator and also the passengers. Okay, is moving up with the constant speed, that is V is equal to 2 meters per second. The frictional force opposing the motion. So in case of frictional force, so what we are taking the concept, it is already we seen that the net force should be required. Okay, the net force, it is equal, already we write that. Let us see here in this case the net force where the friction, if the R is the resistance force, if the friction will be acts, so then the net force should be written as F is equal R plus MA. R it is the frictional force, R it is the frictional force. Okay, so here the in case of elevator we can that write that the net force, it is equal frictional force and plus weight of the, it is equal, F is equal frictional force plus mg. Okay, so this is the net force you have to calculate. Let us see. So here this is an elevator having the what is that, maximum load, it is equal to 1800 kg, and it can be moving in upwards with the velocity of 2 meters per second, and then the opposing force will be acting here, opposing force will be acting in downwards, because which is opposes the speed of the lift. So then that is the 4000 Newton. Okay, now determine the minimum power required by the motor to be elevator in watts. So if the minimum power required to balance the elevator of the elevator in watts as well as the horsepower. So here the net force should be, here we have to write the frictional force, FF means frictional force, and to the mg. So here the weight of this elevator is equal to mg. So then frictional force, it is equal, what is the mg here? So mg, it is the 1800 kg. So mass, it is the 1800 kg, and G it is the 10 meter per second, plus frictional force, how much it is? 4000 Newton. So here we need to find 1800 into 10 into plus 4000. So this is equal to 18,000 into 4,000, that is equal 22,000 newtons. Okay, so this is the net force. So the power, the instantaneous power to balance the elevator, it is equal, instantaneous power is equal to FV. Okay, so F it is equal 22,000 into 2, so it is equal to 44,000 of, what is that? The instantaneous power, it is equal to watts. So P instant, it is in the watts, and also they can ask us, well, as in the horsepower also. So already you know that 1 HP it is equal to 746 watts. Therefore 1 watt is equal to 1 HP by 746. You have to divide by the 746, then you can get the value of HP, then it is equal 59 of HP. So instantaneous power in HP, it is the 59 horsepowers. So this is the process you have to see. So here you need to observe the net force you have to take. There is a opposing force should be acting here. So if there is opposing force here, the net force should be frictional force and to the weight of the object. So that is the mg. So weight of the lift, that is the load, should be 1800, and g it is the 10 meter per second square. So this is the process you have to find the instantaneous power. Okay, here there is another problem which is very important model. An electric pump on the ground floor of a building taken 15 minutes to fill a tank of volume 30 meter cube with water. If the tank is 40 meter above the ground and the efficiency of the pump is 30%. For example, గ్రౌండ్ ఫ్లోర్లో ఒక మోటార్ ఉంది. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఏ మోటార్. ఇక్కడ నుంచి 40 మీటర్స్ హైట్లో ఉన్న ట్యాంక్లోకి వాటర్ని ఫిల్ చేయాలి. ఎంత టైం పడుతుంది? 15 మినిట్స్ టైం పడుతుంది. ఎంత వాటర్ నింపాలి? 30 మీటర్ క్యూబ్ వాటర్ నింపాలి. వాటర్ అనేది వాల్యూమ్ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి పొడవు ఇంటూ వెడల్పు ఇంటూ ఎత్తు కాబట్టి మీటర్ క్యూబ్లో రాస్తాం, రైట్? సో ఇఫ్ ద ట్యాంక్ ఈజ్ 40 మీటర్ అబౌవ్. సో ఇక్కడ మోటార్ యొక్క ఎఫిషియన్సీ ఎంత అంట? నీటా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ 30% అంటున్నాడు. ఫైండ్ ద ఎలక్ట్రిక్ పవర్ కన్జ్యూమ్డ్ బై ద పంప్ ఫిల్లింగ్ ద ట్యాంక్. సో ఇక్కడ మోటార్కి ఎంత పవర్ కన్జ్యూమ్ అయిందో తెలియాలి. సో ఇక్కడ పవర్ని ఏమంటాం? కన్జ్యూమ్ పవర్ని ఇన్పుట్ అంటాం. ఇన్పుట్ కన్జ్యూమ్డ్ పవర్. సో ఇది అవుట్పుట్. సో ఇన్పుట్ కన్జ్యూమ్డ్ పవర్ ఆల్రెడీ ఇన్ దిస్ కేస్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు లెర్న్. So in case of efficiency crane or motor, so the input power it is equal 100 by efficiency into mgh by t. Okay, so this is the formula. Here you need to use the calculation. Okay, therefore the input power consumption P input it is equal to, what is that? 100 by efficiency into mgh by t. So already time was given 15 minutes, 15 into 60 seconds, and mass already was given that. So here volume is there. So volume it is the, so if mass it is equal to volume into density. So density of water it is 1000 kilogram untundi. So therefore 30 into 1000 kg per meter cube. Okay, 30 by 1000 per kilometer cube. So here, and then height is also given that is 40 meters of height, and neta is given that is 30%. Therefore you can substitute all that components. It is 100 into mass it is equal 3 into 1000, there it is into g it is equal 10 meter per second square into h it is equal 40 meters, where it is eta is equal 30. Okay, 0 and 0 will be cancelled out. Let you have to find the value. It is how much? It is 43,560,000. You have to multiply all those equations numbers, then you can get this. So this is the watts. If you had write the kilowatts, so then it can be 43.56. 43. So here 43 kilowatts. Okay, so this is the power required to the motor, the input power required to the motor to fill the 30 meter cube of water into the 40 meter of height water tank. Okay, now let us see the next question. Sand drops from a stationary hopper at the rate of 5 kg per second. Rate means mass by time, so it is nothing but dm by dt here. Just we have to assume it onto a conveyor belt moving with a constant speed of 2 meter per second. This is the velocity. What is the force required to keep the belt moving and watch the power? So what is the power delivered by the motor moving the belt? So here there is a conveyor belt is moving on the wheels. The stationary hopper will be falls the what is that sand with the rate of dm by dt, it is equal to 5 kg per second. Okay, so now the extra force will be required. Already we seen that this concept, the extra force it is equal f, it is equal dm by dt into what is that v. Okay, so here how can we write that? When the largest force will be acting on the shortest time, then we can write that the impulse it is equal to force into time, and it is equal to the impulse, it is always change in its momentum. Okay, so hence we can write that f it is equal to m by t into v. So hence we can write that f is equal to dm by dt into v. So this is the extra force required to the belt to drive on the horizontal surface. Okay, so here, so what is the force required? It is here the force required, it is equal dm by dt into v. So already we know the value of dm by dt, it is equal to how much? It is 5 kg per second, and velocity it is equal 2 meter per second. Let us substitute there, f it is equal to 5 into 2, it is equal 10 newtons. So now we have to find what is the power delivered by the motor moving the belt. So power delivered by the motor, the instant power it is equal to, already you know that, f into v. So f it is equal to 10 newtons into velocity it is equal to 2 meter per second, that is 10 20, it is nothing but power watts. Okay, so this is the answer. So simply you have to observe the problem and you have to get the concept, and then you have to solve very easily. Okay, and next one, find the power of an electric motor of it lifts 200 kg of water in 5 minutes from a well of depth 120 meter. So here there is a well having the depth, so this is a well, in this level in the bottom there is a water of 120 meter of depth. So here this is the depth, it is equal height, and here the mass of water it is equal how much? It is 200 kg of water, and g it is equal, let it be 10 meter per second square. Okay, so if it lifts the 200 kg of water 5 minutes, so the time taken to the lift the 200 kg of water it is equal 5 minutes, 5 into 60 it is equal 300 seconds. Okay, so find the power. So power, it is here the work done should be in the form of potential energy, because of some amount of mass should be lifted to the upwards. So then power should be, it is equal w by t, it is equal to mgh by t, where m it is the 200, g it is the 10, h it is the 120, and by what is that 300 seconds. 2 zeros and 2 zeros will be cancelled out, so it is equal to 2400 by 3, it is equal 80. What is the 80? You can write the watts. Okay, 800 watts. So this is the power required. If they are mentioned g value it is equal to 9.8 meter per second, then only you can take this value, otherwise you have to take 10 meter per second square for better calculation. If you check on the once again after you calculate the answer, so if it is in options or not, if it is not there in answer, then you have to multiply. So here you use the 9.8, then you will get answer. Okay, here there is another question which is a very favorite question for the board examinations. So a machine gun fires 240 bullets per a minute with certain velocity. If the mass of each bullet is 10 power minus 2 kg and the power of the gun is 7.2 kilowatts, find the velocity and each bullet which is fired. Okay, so now we have to find the velocity of the bullet, okay, not the power of the bullet. So by the using of the power of the bullet formula, we can calculate the velocity of the bullet. So here in this concept, we have to write that the power of the bullet, it is equal to work done by time. It is equal to work done should be in the form of kinetic energy, that is mv square. The number of bullets are n by t. So n by t, it is equal to small n, where it is equal to n into mv square by 2t. So this is the power, but we have to calculate the value of v square. It is equal to, we can write that what is that, so m by t is also there. Okay, so then we can calculate very easily. So what are the factors they given to us? Let us see. So here the factors are given to us, that is power, it is equal to 7.2 kilowatts into, it means watts. Okay, and mass, it is equal 10 power minus 2 kg. Okay, and another one which is given to us, that is where n by t, it is equal to, what is n by t here? It is 240 bullets per minute. Minute means 60 seconds. That is equal, what is, how much? 4. Okay, so n by t is equal 4. So then finally you calculate the p value, m value and v square. So v square, it is equal, we can write that v square, it is equal, from above equation we can write that where just have to multiply by the, where 2pt by nm. Okay, so it is already t by n. N by t is equal to 4, t by n is equal to 1 by 4. Okay, it is equal to 2 into 7.2 into 10 power 3, okay, by 4 into what is that? M, it is the mass of the bullet, 10 power minus 2. So just simply have to calculate, and then 10 power 5 2. So it is equal to 7.2 means 3.6 into 10 power 5. So then it can written as how much it is? So 36,000, it means what is that? 600 meter per second, whereas, so this is v square, this is v. Okay, so velocity of the each bullet which is coming out from the bullet, that is how much? 600 meter per second. So very, very important model for this board examinations. Okay, here there was another question. A body of mass 10 kg is raised from certain depth. By the time it is raised by 10 meter, if its velocity is 2 meter per second, work done during this time is, so here you have to observe there is a velocity and there is a height raised by the time. Okay, so height and velocity, then you have to use the two formulas for work done. So two formats, that is potential energy and kinetic energy. So power, it is equal to W by T. The work done should be in the form of potential energy and plus kinetic energy, okay, by time, it is time nothing but for second, it means 1 second. So here it is equal to mgh plus of mv square. So here m, it is the, what is the m mass of the body? It is 10 kg into g is equal to also 10, and h, it is equal, how much height? 10 meters of height, plus 1 by 2, m means 10 kg into v means 2 meter per second, 2 square, it is equal to 4. So here 2 2s are, So 10 20 it is how much? 100 into 1000. Okay, 100 into 10 it is 1000 plus 20. 1000 plus 20 it is equal 1020. What is that? Watt. 1020 watt. So this is the power required. If we have taken where G it is equal 9.8, then the answer will be changes. So if they can mention, if you take G it is equal to 9.8, then you have to use the if there is no option, this option will not be in the options, so then you have to try for 9.8 also. So then which answer is correct, then you have to select. Okay, here there is a next question. A person of mass 50 kg carrying a load of 20 kg. Okay, a person who is having 50 kg carrying a 20 kg of weight on his head. Okay, and walks up a staircase. If the width and height of each step are 0.25 meter, so this is the width of the step and this is the height of the step, width and height of the step. So the work done by the man in walking up 20 steps. Walking up means, so he is moving with upward direction, so then the work done should be in the form of potential energy, that is mgh. Okay, so now we have to find, so what is the total height? Total height means, so these are the steps he trying to walks up. So these are the steps. The width of the step it is 0.25 centimeter. So this is the width of the, and the height of the step it is 0.2 meter. So how many steps are there? 1 2 3 4 up to 20 steps are there. Up to 20 steps are there. So the total height of the steps it is equal 20 into how much? The height is 0.2. Okay, so 2 2s are 4, so 4 meters of height here. So m it is equal, already given that mass it is equal 50 kg of person and 20 kg of weight. 50 plus 20 how much it is? 50 plus 20 it is equal 70 kg, it is the mass, and G it is already nothing but 10 meter per second square. Okay, I understand. So this is the work done. The work done it is equal here, the work done it is equal W it is equal F into S, F is equal to mg, mg into H. So this is equal, m it is nothing but 10 kg, sorry 70 kg into 10 into 4. Okay, so 40 and 70, it is 2800 of joules. So this is the work done. Okay, the next model problem it is, a man of mass 60 kg lifts a 15 kg mass to the top of a building of height 10 meters in 5 minutes. What is his efficiency? Okay, so 60 కేజీలు ఉన్న ఒక వ్యక్తి 15 కేజీల బరువుని 10 మీటర్ల ఎత్తున్న బిల్డింగ్ పైకి తీసుకెళ్ళాడు. ఎంతసేపట్లో? 5 నిమిషాల్లో తీసుకెళ్ళాడు. సో అయితే అతని ఎఫిషియన్సీ ఎంత అంటున్నాడు. So how we can calculate the efficiency? The efficiency of any motor or the crane, whatever the man here, so it is equal output power by input power into what is that? 100. So this is the formula here you have to use. So how we can find the output power? So output power it is, sorry, output power and input power. At first you have to find the input power. So input power which is required to a man, the power which is used to take the body to the top of the building along with the man. Okay, అంటే భూమి మీద ఉన్న మనిషి, ఆ మనిషి వెయిట్తో పాటుగా వస్తువును కూడా పైకి తీసుకెళ్ళడానికి ఉపయోగించే పవరే ఇన్పుట్ పవర్. మరి అవుట్పుట్ పవర్ ఏంటి? అవుట్పుట్ పవర్ ఏంటంటే ఆ వస్తువుని బిల్డింగ్ మీదకి తీసుకెళ్ళడానికి కావాల్సిన పవరు. ఓకే ఓకే, దేర్ ఫోర్ ద ఇన్పుట్ పవర్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్, ద ఇన్పుట్ పవర్ ఇట్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ ద పవర్ రిక్వైర్డ్ టు take the body to the height along with the mass of the man. ఓకే. సో మాస్ ఆఫ్ ది బాడీని ఆ మ్యాన్తో పాటుగా పైకి తీసుకెళ్ళడానికి, అంటే ఇట్ మీన్స్ mgh/t. సో హియర్ m it is nothing but what is that here, mass of the man and to the mass of the body. So m plus m gh/t. So this is the concept you have to remember here. So here, so mass of the man it is equal 60 kg and mass of the body it is 15 kg. 75 kg into g it is equal 10 meter per second square, and height it is equal how much, 10 meters, by time it is equal, use time 5 minutes, it is equal 5 into 60 seconds, it is equal 300 seconds. It is 300. 0 and 0, 0 and 0 will be cancelled out. 3 in 75 by 3 it is equal 20 meters. 25 watts. 25 watt. So this is the input power. Okay, the initial used power. So what is output power? Output power is the power required. So output power it is equal power required to take the body to the height. So that is equal mgh/t, the work done by t. So here m it is the mass of the body. Mass of the body how much it is, 15 kg. 15 kg into 10 into 10 by 300. These two are cancelled out and 3 5s are 15. It is 5 watt. Okay. So now we are taking initial power into the input power into the output power. Then the efficiency of the man it is equal how much, the output power it is equal 5 watts by input power it is equal 25 watts into 100. So 5 5s are and 5 20s are. So the efficiency of the man or a person it is equal 20%. So this is very 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 important model, you have to focus on it. Okay.